Today on Cutler's Court.
The only reason there could be a question of paternity is if you were kind of...
When he started messing with the young lady, when I came up from Miami, I found out about everything. Broke up, and then I ended up talking back to my first daughter's father.
I called him like, what's up? Let me know something. Like, do I need to take a DNA
Is it
test?
me?
Is it my baby? If it's a honey, my baby. I just want to be a father too. That's it.
Well, I think it's time for the results.
All right, I'm here for it.
We'll find out today if this man is the father of her child. This is Cutler's Court. A Shawnqueate Cornell is bringing her former fling to court to test the paternity of her child. Despite their past differences, she knows he will be a great father and hopes for the best outcome. Jamie Pruitt says he was initially told he wasn't the father. Now that there's a possibility the child is his, he's ready to learn the truth.
Good day, Your Honor. This is case 1027, Cornell versus Pruitt.
Thank you, Tashi. Ms. Cornell, there's some issues going on. You want some answers to some questions, and we're here to help you. So tell us what's going on.
Your Honor, basically I'm here today to see if Mr. Jamie is the father of my 2-year-old daughter. We necessarily don't have a relationship as of right now. We did, but we don't have one right now. We're just basically trying to be sure that, he could be my daughter's father. So we're just trying to see, because as of right now, it's been 2 years. She's 2 years old, and I feel like she do deserve a father.
Tell me about how you met.
Well, I met Jamie back in 2020. I was doing a little protesting because we had a lot going on. Starting from George Floyd, we started off downtown at Centennial Park with the Army down there and stuff. This is when they was doing the looting and everything.
Right.
And then it was like it hit home to where there was a young man named Rayshard Brooks. He was killed at the Wendy's on University Avenue and Pryor Road.
Yeah.
And for me, that's my home. Like, that's where I was born and raised. So I had to be there. So I was there like every day from start to finish. Basically, Mr. Pruitt was out there selling his T-shirts, like basically selling T-shirts for the movement at the time. So yeah, we were down there, and I met him basically selling T-shirts. He wanted to be this old big time flashy guy. He had to show me his Cash App and show like, oh, he makes this type of money selling shirts or whatever. And prior to 2 weeks, we actually started hanging with each other. And I would say about the third week, me and I had a daughter that I had prior to a previous relationship. We actually moved in with him, like after 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yes, after 3 weeks.
You know, at 3 weeks, you didn't just met his representative, right? You haven't met him yet at 3 weeks.
Yeah. So basically, I was going through some things financially, and he knew what I was going through, and he wanted to help. He wanted to help, so I took the help or whatever. So yes, 3 weeks we moved in with him, and it was a lot of stuff that I seen being out, because we still would go out and do the protesting. He would sell his T-shirts. I would still do the protesting every day, daily. And I would see like little things that he would do to other females. Like, it would basically be like the same thing that he would do, that he did to get to me. Like showing off his Cash App, or telling people how much he make and how he travel and do this, and he's like this big time man or whatever. And so I started.
When you see this, what's going through your mind when you see him doing this?
When I seen him doing that, it was like, okay, I felt like he really didn't know what he wanted. He didn't know that for sure if he wanted me. So I feel like he still was out playing around. He was still flirting. He did it in my face multiple times. It even got to the point where he tried to add women to our relationship within us being together within a month. And I asked him, like, why would you want to do that? And we just got together. Like you said, we barely even really know each other, so why would we add anyone else to it? Right. And even with me asking him to stop, he still did it. So
did you ever say to him, hey, I see what you're doing, I don't like it?
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I told him, hey, I don't like it. And the only reason I say that is because from the beginning, I told him, from my previous relationship, I don't do sneaky. If we're gonna do that, then we're gonna let each other know from the beginning. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. And we didn't jump into it with, oh, we're gonna add people into this and we're gonna do this. No, we jumped into it that it was gonna be us for the time being.
At the beginning of your relationship, you saw something in her, you decided to impress her, as she described, and it should have been the beginning of a great relationship. You know, you move in together after about 3 weeks. What happened?
She exaggerated.
Okay.
Okay.
How was she exaggerating?
Yeah, she was coming over to my house. But as far as us staying together, we wasn't staying together. But she was coming back and forth from my house to her grandmother's house.
Okay.
So, you know, but yeah, this, like she said, baby might be mine. Relationship was good. We vibed out real good with each other. You know, when I met her, I was like, dang, that's a pretty little young thing right there. I had to get her. Skin was glistening, looking like chocolate, cocoa butter on it. I had to get her.
But something happened because...
It wasn't just me, it was both of us.
Okay, what were y'all both doing?
She wanted to point the finger at me and say that I was messing with these girls and this girl, but she was doing the same thing.
How did you know she was messing with guys?
I mean, you don't answer my phone calls. You don't call. I can call you 5 minutes ago, call you back 5 minutes. You don't answer. You'll call me back or text me back. I'm busy. I call you when I'm done. All right, what you doing? What you doing that important?
So you never done that? You never had somebody call you, text you, and say, hey, I'm busy right now. I'll hit you up later? You never done that?
Not me calling someone else or someone calling me, asking me to
Someone
talk to
calling
me.
Somebody
you.
calling you, and you're busy doing something, and you just text
I
them?
pick up the phone. Look, I'm busy right now. I call you right back. I'm working.
So what was wrong when she did it?
Or if I can't get the phone, but no, how she was playing about it. You don't ring me. You don't do this. You don't do that. I ain't got to answer you. You know how women is sometimes. You look like y'all married.
No, I don't.
No, I'm not talking about you, Jill.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about you.
I was like,
All
wait.
the other women, not you.
All the other women.
Everybody
Oh,
else.
all the
okay.
other women.
All right.
All the other women, not you, Jill.
Okay, so you said y'all were both doing stuff. You talked about what she was doing. What were you doing?
Like she said, I mean, I ain't gonna say I was no player or nothing, but you know.
He say he's not a player, but he definitely is, because for the simple fact of you want to sit and say, oh, I wasn't answering my phone or this and that. First of all, at the time, Your Honor, I was also a dancer. You dropped me off. You took me to go to parties and dance. You took me to clubs. You knew what I was doing. Why would you be blowing my phone up in the midst of me supposed to be making my own money?
Coming up.
I'm not gonna lie, yes, I did call Mr. Jamie due to the fact that I know that he wanna be with me so much. And I got my pleasure. So yes, there is a chance that he could be. I also have a calendar, a conception calendar.
Yes.
When I met her, I was like, dang, that's a pretty little young thing right there. I had to get her. Skin was glistening, looking like chocolate.
But something happened because...
It wasn't just me, it was both of us.
What kind of dancer were you?
Bikini dancer, basically, not even exotic, just bikini dancing.
Okay.
And my thing is, you say you're not this player, but the same place we protested every day, whenever I would leave, not even necessarily I had to leave, because he'd do it in my face. He'd flirt with everybody. He'd give out his T-shirts for free, like literally to nothing but females. And then
He wasn't giving none to the brothers.
No. He wanted to take money from them.
Okay.
Then it got to the point where...
Hold on. He's smiling. Is that true? Is that true, Mr. Pruitt? You were giving T-shirts away to the ladies, but brothers had to pay for them?
Everybody had to pay for them.
Everybody.
Males and females.
Let me ask you
Now,
something.
what I would do, I would run a deal. Like if you buy two, I'd give you a cheaper price.
Yeah,
but
two.
yes, to acknowledge what she said, I did give a couple T-shirts away. One to her and one to the young lady sitting next to her.
Ah, they got
which
the free.
which is her best friend, and it was also a rumor that me and her best friend was sleeping with each other.
So who started the rumor?
Huh.
So,
okay.
Were you messing with her best friend?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. That's my friend as well.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm not mad about giving out the shirts. I mean, you're a businessman. You're trying to drum up business. You know, free samples. People give out free samples of their wares.
Okay, but it's okay if you give out free samples, but when you're giving out free samples to the same young lady that I see, that my best friend sees coming out of your house, and the same female that he is with till this day, same female that came up to me while we was protesting and asked me why his baby mom or his girlfriend to make sure she can get in where she fit in.
All right. That's a whole lot. So is there a female that fits this category that Miss Cornell just described?
It is.
You got with this young lady after you two broke up?
Not
or while
even
they were
after.
still together? While y'all were still together?
To be honest, while we were still talking. I was talking to.
But he's not a player. You heard him say that.
Yeah,
Right.
I heard it.
But look, this is why. This is how the other girl came into play. She take off for a whole week to Miami. No call, no show. You must go.
So did you go to Miami?
I went to Miami with my family, yes I did, and I took my daughter, she was a month old, and we all went out there. Okay, in the midst of me being in Miami, I got phone calls from my best friend. You're having a time of your life with females.
Okay, but wait a minute.
So,
why didn't you take his calls?
He wasn't even, that's a lie, he wasn't calling me. He's worried about the fact that I wasn't calling him, and I wasn't worried about him because he was having the time of his life, and I had the proof. Y'all waited till I left, and I wasn't there every day with you. And they decided to get together, do they sneaking around, and that's when they made their commitment. Whether when I came back, if I wanted to be with him or not when I came back from Miami, they were doing what they were doing.
But Ms. Cornell, now here's my perspective. You know, as much as Mr. Pruitt may or may not have been doing with who or whoever, that really doesn't fully explain why there's a question of paternity, because the only reason there could be a question of paternity is if you were kind of doing your thing.
The question in paternity is, I stopped, when he started messing with the young lady, when I came back from Miami, I found out about everything. We basically, stopped talking to each other.
Broke up?
So-called broke up, and then I ended up talking back to my first daughter's father.
Okay.
And basically, we were together. I would say me and him stopped talking, me and Mr. Pruitt stopped talking about the end of June.
Okay.
Second week of July.
Yeah,
Second week of July.
Second week of July. And I would say, me and my baby's father, we got together, immediately afterwards. And it was, late July, if I'm not mistaken, late July when I got pregnant. And it was, a day where me and my baby fathers, we wasn't doing too good, and it was a problem. So I'm not gonna lie, yes, I did call Mr. Jamie due to the fact that I know that he wanna be with me so much. So I called him because I knew that I could get my pleasure at the time being, and I got my pleasure. So yes, there is a chance that he could be. I also have a conception calendar.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, I found out I was pregnant in August. We broke up around the second week of July. And once I found out I was pregnant in August, I was already about 5 or 6 weeks pregnant.
And somewhere between the breakup and
where the circle is where I actually found out I was pregnant.
Right.
Okay. So
and between the breakup and the circle is where the conception was.
Up next.
If to honey my baby, I just want to be a father too. That's it.
Well, I think it's time for the results.
And when it comes to the paternity of 2-year-old Tiny Cornell, Mr. Pruitt
And Mr. Pruitt stopped talking about the end of June.
Okay.
Second week of July.
Me and my baby's father, we got together immediately afterwards.
Have you had any contact with your potential daughter?
I seen her one time. She brought her by the house so my mom can see her.
Uh-huh.
And, my mom, she was like, Jamie, this little girl look like me. And, I want to be the father. I want to be the father.
So if the baby is yours, you want to be part of her life.
Yes.
And that is important.
Yeah. Was there ever a period of time where Ms. Cornell told you, "Oh, you're not the father, don't worry about it"?
Yeah.
Okay. How did those discussions occur?
Well, when she pulled up the pregnancy chart, I say around the time she posted it on Instagram, I seen it, and it said 7 weeks pregnant. I called. I'm like, "What's up? Let me know something. Do I need to take a DNA
Is it
test?
me?
Is it my baby?
Right.
You know what I mean? No, it ain't my baby. It's something. You ain't got to worry about it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Then here we go. 2 years later, she hit me up saying, you need to take a DNA test.
First of all, after I told him that she wasn't his, a couple of months later, I still reached out to him and told him we could do the DNA test if he wanted to, because I didn't want him to feel like I was stopping him from trying to see if she was his child.
Right.
He said, "Oh, I will pay for it, I will pay for it, I will pay for it," never paid for it.
Now, I am curious, you brought a witness with you, and I'm just curious as to what your witness is going to be able to add to this paternity issue. So who have you brought with you?
This is my best friend, Ariane.
Hi.
Hi, good day, how are you?
Both. I'm great.
Would you state your name, please, for our record?
My name is Ariane Fowler.
Do you have some information to share with us regarding their relationship, past or present, and this paternity question?
I do. Me and Mr. Jamie, like she said, we met at the Wendy's during protesting. And, you know, the women, they loved him. The crowd, we loved him. His energy, it was very well. Mr. Jamie, he has been a little not truthful about the relationship. Like she stated, I've actually seen him with women from Wendy's coming from his home. And, you know, that's not what we was doing at the Wendy's. So, you know, to even see it go that far, it was like mind-blowing.
It sounds like the biggest question is whether Mr. Pruitt is the father of Ms. Cornell's child.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's the issue.
Okay.
Now, you say you're in a relationship right now with somebody else?
Yes.
Okay. If it turns out you are the father, are you going to continue in that relationship? Is there any chance of you and Ms. Cornell getting back together?
No.
Well, I'm asking him because
She don't want me.
that's not what I asked.
No, I don't think so.
Do you want her?
So. Not,
That's not convincing. I'm not convinced.
No, I know when folk don't want folks.
Yeah.
And that wasn't it.
I just, if to honey my baby, I just want to be a father to her. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I think it's time for the results.
All right. I'm here for it. These DNA results were prepared by Living Good Lab Services. And when it comes to the paternity of 2-year-old Tiny Cornell, Mr. Pruitt, you are not the father.
So you wanted some answers, and you got those answers, right? Mm-hmm. All right. But we do want to talk to you both about being in a relationship and what that looks like and what lessons you should have learned from your relationship. And a relationship you're in for the good, for the bad, the ups and the downs. You can't go jumping in and out of relationships just because things go bad. And so this
Or you just have an argument.
Yeah. So let's think about you have an argument, you get sideways with the person you're in, and then you go back to an ex. Or you get in an argument with her, you don't like something she's doing, so you're out there, you know, messing with the first thing that will let you have some play because you gave him a free t-shirt. I mean, that's not healthy for either one of you going forward in whatever relationships you all are going to be in. Now, how are you feeling right now?
Okay. I'm fine.
You okay? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know you were a little teary-eyed when the results were read, and we don't want you to think we're not sensitive to who's standing in front of us. We see you. We really do see you. And, you know, while young, many of the things that you shared show a maturity that I wasn't expecting. Like you were like, I told him, no lying, no sneaking. I'm not gonna keep telling you this. But just, you know, again, I know you had some specific circumstances that led to some of this. And if you can avoid that, to give yourself time to get to know who you're with, it's gonna go a long way.
Good luck to both of you. We are adjourned.
I was hoping that she was mine. She looked like my mom. My mom said she looked like her, all that. So, you know what I mean? I was hoping that it was her.
I did it only for him because I didn't want him to think that I was just trying to stop him from trying to be her father.
I mean, it's really up to her. You know what I mean? Like, if she want to be friends or whatever, if not, then, you know, we'll keep it pushing.